The last theorem which we want to study is the reciprocity theorem. Okay. So this reciprocity theorem is applicable only to single source network. So you can't apply this theorem in circuits with more than one source. Okay. So it is applicable only to single source network. So this is the statement of this reciprocity theorem. Of course, it's a very long statement. So I'll just read out this statement. The current I in any branch of a network due to a single voltage source V in the network will equal the current through the branch in which the source was originally located when the location of the voltage source and the resulting current are interchanged. So this is the statement of reciprocity theorem. Here the polarity of the voltage source must have the same correspondence with the direction of the branch current in each position. Okay. So we will illustrate this with a circuit. Only through a circuit we will illustrate the statement of the reciprocity theorem, and also through an example we will validate this reciprocity theorem. Okay. So here you can see we have one voltage source. So it should have only one voltage source, single voltage source. So between points A and B we have the voltage source V, and through this portion CD, I is the current flowing through this part CD. Okay. So due to this single voltage source, current flowing through this portion CD is, let us say, I. Okay. So according to this reciprocity theorem, when you interchange these two positions, that means you have to bring this here, you have to take this here. Okay. But the orientation, the current orientation should be like this. Okay. Accordingly, you have to exchange this. Say for example, this short circuit we have introduced here between A and B. This voltage source we have put here, but with this orientation. So here negative, positive, so the current comes out of positive. The same orientation. That's what they mean. The polarity of the voltage source have the same correspondence with the direction of the branch current in each position, and current through this branch, it is in the same direction. Okay. So what we can comment is, so I showed two networks. In the first network, current I due to V is measured along CD. Okay, first in the first network, so through CD, you measure the current, let it be I. Okay. Next to the position of each, I have shown that portion CD and voltage source, these two positions are interchanged. Okay. So according to reciprocity theorem, the current I now through BA, right? If you want, I will show this. The current I now through this portion BA, the current I now through BA is same that through CD measured earlier. So that means what they are saying is this current now is same as that of the current I through CD earlier. So this is the concept of reciprocity theorem. Next we will find out the validity of reciprocity theorem through a demonstration. Validity of reciprocity theorem through a demonstration. Okay. So we are taking this circuit. If you want, I will close this. So we have this demonstration circuit. So between point A and B, we have the voltage source 45 volts, R1 12 ohm, R2 6 ohm, R3 2 ohm, R4 is 4 ohm. Okay. Now, say that this point C, this point D, right? The current from the source we denote by IS. Due to the single voltage source, the response in this portion CD, let it be I. Okay. So next what I would like to do is, we will find out what is the total resistance. From that we will find out what is the total current. After that we will find out what is the current flowing through this branch. Or in other words, we will find out what is the current I. Okay. So now you can see this R3 and R4 are connected in series. So you can combine them as R34, which is equal to R3 plus R4 ohm, R34 equal to 2 plus 4 ohm, R34 equal to 6 ohm. So next your circuit becomes like this, right? So now R2 and R34, these two are connected in parallel, of course, equal resistors. So what is the equivalent? It is going to be 1/2 of the original. So I will use the notation R2 dash. See, any notation you can use. It is your convenience, some different notation, right? I have used R2 dash, which is nothing but R2 divided by 2. R2 dash equal to 6 divided by 2 ohm. R2 dash equal to 3 ohm. So your circuit becomes like this. So we have R1 in series with R2 dash, which is 3 ohm. Okay. So now you can combine these two things, which is nothing but the total resistance or equivalent resistance. So RT, the total resistance, equal to R1 plus R1 dash ohm, RT equal to 12 plus 3 ohm, RT equal to 15 ohm. So your circuit becomes like this. Okay, your circuit becomes like this. So we have the voltage source 45 volts and RT is the 15 ohm, IS is the source current. So apply the Ohm's law. IS equal to V by RT ampere, IS equal to 45 divided by 15 ampere, IS equal to 3 ampere. Okay. Next what we can do is, we'll find out what is the actual response, that is nothing but current I through indicated branch, that is through this CD. Of course, you can apply the current divider rule. So this is the source current 3 ampere, and what is the current through this? Okay. So either you can apply current divider rule, that is a direct application, or simple logic. See, this is 3 ampere, this is 6 ohm, this is 6 ohm, equal resistance. So that means this current will divide equally between these two branches. So that means what? 3 ampere means 1 half, that is 1.5 ampere. So 1.5 ampere will flow through this, 1.5 ampere will flow through this. So it's a simple logic. And of course, you can apply the current divider rule. I equal to opposite resistance divided by sum of the resistors. 6 divided by 6 plus 6 multiplied by the source current, that is 3. So I equal to 6 divided by 12 into 3. I equal to 1 by 2 into 3, or which is nothing but 3 by 2. So I equal to 1.5 ampere. Okay. So this is this current I. Next, what you are going to do is, we are going to interchange the positions of this V and this CD. So the short circuit will go here. This will come here with the correct orientation or correct polarity. So since current is going down means this bottom should be positive, top should be negative. Okay. So we will do that. I'll close this. So what we have done is, see, through BA, this is the current response, and we have oriented after exchange like this, bottom positive, top negative. So IS comes out of this in this case. Okay. Here also you find out what is IS by finding the total resistance. So this R1 and the 6 ohm, I have just redrawn the same circuit. I have redrawn. R1 and R2 are connected in parallel. Okay, these two are connected in parallel. So combined resistance R12 equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2 ohm. R12 equal to 12 into 6 divided by 12 plus 6 ohm. R12 equal to 4 ohm. Okay. So your circuit will be like this. Okay. So this is R12 is 4 ohm. The remaining things as it is, R3, R4, 45 volt. Now this R12, R3 and R4 all are connected in series. So which is nothing but RT, total resistance. RT equal to R12 plus R3 plus R4 ohm. RT equal to 4 plus 2 plus 4. RT equal to 10 ohm. Okay. So next, now this is the equivalent circuit. So I have connected the RT, which is 10 ohm. So current will start from positive, flow through this like this. So this source current IS in this case, second case, IS equal to V divided by RT amperes. IS equal to 45 divided by 10. IS equal to 4.5 amperes. Okay. Next, so this is what actually we want, right? What is the current through this AB or this direction? Okay, which is nothing but current through this R1 branch. Okay. So IS we have already calculated, that is 4.5. So here I have written 4.5. So to find this current, you apply the current divider rule. That means to find the current through this R1, opposite resistance divided by sum of resistors multiplied by source current. By current divider rule, I equal to 6 divided by 6 plus 12 into 4.5 ampere. So if you simplify this, I equal to 1.5 ampere. So the previous case through the CD, same 1.5 ampere current I. Now this current, the second case after exchange of positions, the current I is again the same 1.5 ampere. Both currents are the same in the two cases, thus validating reciprocity theorem. So, the reciprocity theorem is validated through this. So, reciprocity theorem, it is not a very commonly used theorem because it has got the limitation you can use only your network or circuit must have only one source. Then only this theorem is applicable. So, comparing with other theorems, this Thevenin theorem, Norton theorem, superposition theorem, and maximum power transfer theorem, comparing with these theorems, there is a reciprocity and this Millman theorem, it's applied only rarely. Okay, the normal electrical engineering practice, we may not be using this theorem that much frequently. This reciprocity and the Millman's theorem. Okay.